So I have just saved the two documents onto the desktop, and we're getting ready to start a new project. I'm going to call it Ducks in the Desert and put my name on it. And I'm just going to click, I guess I'm just going to click create. We'll see what happens. So the first thing I'm going to do is import a graphic, but I'll show you the way that I usually do it. I usually just make sure it doesn't take up the whole screen. Oops. And I'm going to kind of try to make things a little smaller here to close my movie capture software. And you can see that I have the duck and I have the little desert. So I'm just going to drag the desert right in for myself. And let's see if I've got it in there like I want it and it's the right size. So here we go. Sometimes if you drag it in and it's not the right size. I pressed enter to get rid of that little graphic there. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the duck and put it in, but I want it in as a new item. So when I just drag it up to the top, it drags the duck in as a new item. So I have desert here, duck here. Right now I'm working on the duck. So the first thing I'm going to try to find is the magic wand tool. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and I'm going to go magic wand tool. And then I'm going to click here. And I'm about to make a mistake though, because if I press delete now, this is still the background, and I see that I'm about to make it. So I'm going to hit escape, and I'm going to do select, deselect. Okay, I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm actually going to right click on background and say make a layer from the background. You cannot cut out a background of a background. It has to be a layer. So I'm just going to call this duck layer. Now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get the magic wand tool, left click, click the magic wand, click on the white, and then I'm going to press delete on my keyboard. And now you can see that is transparent. So when you see the little check boxes, it's a transparent background. Now I'm going to click back up here to go back to my my move tool. And I got to do select, deselect, which you can also do Control D if you want to. And now I want to get the duck into the desert. So the easiest way to do this is to do a side by side. So I'm going to go to Window, Arrange, and I'm just going to tile these. I'm going to do 2 up vertical. Boom. Okay, so there it goes. So now I'm going to grab this little duck here, and I'm going to just drop it on top of this. Now I'm okay with the duck now, but I'm going to do a file save as. Remember, if you save it as a JPEG, it flattens it and it doesn't have everything in it. So I'm just going to call this transparent duck, so I don't have to redo the work in case I make a mistake. And I'm leaving it with layers. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and close the transparent duck. And now for this project, I have to have several ducks in this desert. So what I want to do is I want to change the size. Now there's all different kinds of ways to change the size that you've already learned when you did your Photoshop skills. But I'm just going to show you my way because it's the way I remember. But remember, there's all different kinds of ways to do this. So I'm going to do, I'm looking for Edit Free Transform right there. I usually hold down the Shift key to keep it proportional, but you can do it how you want to. And for this project, we have to have at least, I believe it is 4 ducks of different sizes in the desert. Okay, so I'm going to hit enter to apply that. And see, this is a duck layer. So I'm going to call this like duck layer 1. And now there's a couple ways I can do this. I can right click and I can say duplicate layer. There we go. I'm going to call this duck layer 2. And it looks like you can't see it, but it's actually there. It's done it right on top. And okay, this one has to be smaller, right? So I'm going to go to Edit, Free Transform, make the duck really, really tiny because he's way far away. But now, and I'm going to press Enter. Now I got to make another duck layer. And I'm going to duplicate, duck 3, and I'm going to put this one in the front. And he's a little tiny, so I've got to drag him. I'm going to make him really big. Big duck in the desert. Edit, Free Transform. Grab the edge here. Make him kind of large. Okay, now I've just accidentally done something. I lost a little bit of res when I duplicated that duck. and this is really bad. So I have two choices here. Definitely going to delete this one. I can either duplicate these backgrounds, or I can go back. I can go to File, Open Recent, open my transparent duck. I can make them go side by side. Window, Arrange, 2 up vertical. Grab this little fella. I want it to be in the front. Go back and close him again and put him in the front. So he's high res now. Okay, and then I have to have another one, and I'm just going to call this one Large Duck. Now, the only thing that you have on your layers is what you call it. So if you're going to have a good workflow is your ability to get things done quickly. You do want to probably label stuff clearly. And I'm going to say duplicate layer. And this is going to be a medium duck. Got to have 4 ducks here so that I know you know how to do it. And edit, retransform, make it smaller. Now, the other piece of this project that you have to do is you need, hold on, let me pause this. I've got students with questions. Okay, so now you need, I'm going to press enter, you need to type your name on the screen because I have to know who did it. Of course, you could type it horizontally or vertically. We're not going to do a mask tool, that's a little bit different. So I'm going to just say a horizontal type tool, and you can see that here is my color. And when I put my little mouse pointer off of picking from right here to point to over here, it's going to pick a color. So I'm actually going to type in a complementary color, and I want you to do that too. I'm going to say OK, and I'm going to click. I'm going to type Vicki Davis, the author of this, and I'm actually going to make it a bit bigger because I cannot see it. Okay, and I'm going to take it, I'm going to move it around, and I'm almost done. Now, this is my Photoshop, and you can see that I have all of these different layers, which is awesome. When you turn in this assignment, I'm going to want you to turn in a couple of things. I'm going to want you to turn in and go to File and Export, and quick export as PNG. And you're going to export it. And I'm just going to put my initials there. And make sure you notice where you save it. Document's a great place, or desktop. You can delete those later. And I'm going to click Save. Now, the other thing I want you to do is do a screenshot. Now, if you're on a Mac, I just do Command-Shift-4, and I just want a screenshot of your whole Photoshop file. And I want to include the top right-hand corner, which has your name on it. If you're on the Mac, your name will be right there. And there is your screenshot file, and you can click it, and I'm going to do File, Save As, and I'm going to save this on the desktop too. This is going to be my screenshot. Oops, I just made a mess. So I'm going to click on here. This should, when I click there, I'm going to say that I want to open this in preview, and I'm going to be in preview, and I'm going to do File, Save from here, and I'm going to put this on the desktop, and I'm going to call it Photoshop Screenshot, and I will turn that in along with my ducks in the desert for this assignment. Good job.